It's your girl, Miss T. Thank you for coming through and kicking it with me in my sideways lace front. I appreciate y'all. And if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel where you get recipes, news, and reviews. Yes. So, it's been a long time since I've been able to do a recipe video, and that's because I've been moving. Yeah, y'all digging the white kitchen? I'm digging the white kitchen. Anyway, I was going to do a shrimp and grits recipe video today, but when I got to the grocery store, they had lobster tails on sale for $5. Yes, $5. So you know your girl had to take advantage. So instead of doing a shrimp and grits, I'm going to do a new take on this recipe, lobster and grits. Now I might add some shrimp in there for old time's sake, but I think this is going to be pretty good. So let's get into it. As always, if you have any questions or comments about this recipe, please leave them down below. Now stay tuned for the video. Alright family, are y'all ready for some mouth-watering, succulent lobster and grits? Let's get it cracking, y'all. So first thing we need to do is cut the lobster shell. These are really small, no question as to why they were $5, but size doesn't matter. That's what they say. Anyway, so after we cut the shell, you can use a butter knife or a spoon to separate the membrane from the shell. Give them a good rinse in some cool water. And then we'll put the flesh on top of the lobster tail shell, just like so. So I'm going to set those aside while I make the butter sauce. So I found this really good garlic butter, but if you can't find it, just use a little salted butter, add a little garlic and parsley to it, and it'll be just fine. So I'm going to melt the butter sauce in a small pot, and this next part is optional. You definitely don't have to do this, but I'm going to add a few sprinkles of Parmesan cheese to the sauce. And when you brush this on the lobster tail, it's going to brown it a little bit. Some people don't like that, but I do. You know, that's why I'm doing it. Sprinkle the lobster tail with a little salt and a little paprika. Oh my God, y'all, it's already looking good. Yes. So I'm going to broil these, and my broiler is set to 550 degrees. So make sure you use your high broil setting. And you can guesstimate about 1 minute per 1 ounce of the lobster tail. So mine are like 5 or 6 ounces. So, you know, you guessed it, about 5 or 6 minutes in the broiler. Now I placed my lobster tails on aluminum foil, but it's okay if you put them right on the oven rack. It's all good. So when those come out of the oven, set them aside, let them chill out for a minute and rest. And when it's finished, go ahead and cut one of the tails into bite-sized pieces. Leave the other 1 or 2, you know, whatever you want to do, as garnish. So let's keep it moving. I'm going to fry a little bacon. You know, what are grits without bacon? You know what I'm saying? We'll sprinkle the bacon bits on top, you know, use it as a garnish. And when it's finished, save that grease. I know y'all know about saving grease, leaving it on the stove. You know how we do it. I'm going to saute a few shrimp in that bacon grease. They're going to soak up all of that goodness. Yes. And these will also be used for, you know, like a garnish. Only takes a few minutes on each side. You know, just make sure they're, you know, kind of a pinkish orangish color. And then next I'll saute a few more shrimp for our cream sauce. And as far as the sauce, I'm going to add some yellow onions in with the shrimp. or some scallions, you know, whatever you prefer, and a little minced garlic. Make sure you don't burn it. I only leave the garlic in for a couple seconds or so. For extra creamy sauce, I'm going to use a little cornstarch. Flour is fine, you know, it won't hurt it, but I just prefer the cornstarch. Now I have this on like a low heat. Make sure you don't brown the flour or the cornstarch. I want a white cream sauce, kind of like Alfredo sauce, so be extra careful. Then I'm going to add a little heavy whipping cream, add a few Parmesan cheese shavings, and then give it a whisk. Blend it in just like so. Now we gotta add a little soul to this cream sauce, so I'm going to add a little salt, a little freshly cracked black pepper, and some Old Bay. What is a seafood dish without some Old Bay? You know what I'm saying? And then we'll reduce this to low and just let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, if you can find them, use the stone ground grits. I think these are the best because the grits just come out really, really creamy. But if you can't, you know, go ahead and grab the Quaker oats. Just make sure you don't use the quick grits. It's just not the same. It's just not the same, y'all. And from there, you can just follow the directions on the back of the bag. Just replace the water with chicken stock. So we're going to use about 2.5 cups of chicken stock, 1.5 cups heavy whipping, and 1 cup of grits. Bring it to a boil and then simmer, you know, low heat for about 30 minutes. Turn off the heat, add a little Parmesan cheese, some butter, salt and pepper, you know, hook it up. Now look how creamy and cheesy these grits are. Oh my God. Yes, yes. Yes, creamy grits. And being the fat girl at heart that I am, I'm going to drizzle a little melted butter on top. Yes, I did it. Yes. Add the succulent lobster and shrimp and garnish with that crispy bacon. Add a little green onions and parsley. Yes. Oh my gosh, guys. I hope you guys like this recipe as much as I did. As always, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more tasty recipes from your girl, Miss T, and I will see you next time. Peace.